In Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, and China, a new species of bolete was found that causes hallucinations, during which people see Lilliputians. It sounds like some kind of fairy tale, as if we were reading Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. But this is what's happening in our time, and scientists are now studying one of the most mysterious mushrooms that lives on planet Earth. These mushrooms are called Lanmaoa asiatica. There is only a Latin name. They are very similar to an inedible bolete that grows in European countries, and they belong to a completely different class. Naturally, in appearance they are not at all similar to the previously well-known magic mushrooms. In 1934, when travelers first reached the western highlands of Papua New Guinea, they met the local population, and they observed a very strange phenomenon, which they called the phenomenon of mushroom madness. People gathered local edible mushrooms, ate them, and began to behave very unusually. An elder of the tribe said that he saw little people with mushrooms painted on their faces. They are teasing him, and he's trying to get rid of them somehow. Now, let's move on to China. Yunnan province is the most mushroom-rich place on planet Earth. You've all seen those crazy videos from greenhouses, from laboratories, from mushroom farms. Also, 40% of the world's edible mushroom species grow in the forest there if you take all the mushrooms on planet Earth combined, and during the season, about 200 species of edible mushrooms are sold in the local markets. And over the last 10 years, the summer and autumn rains there have brought not only a huge harvest of forest mushrooms, but also a huge number of amazing stories. The Chinese see Xiao Ren Ren, little people, elves who dance, run, and jump. Until 2014, the species identity of this Lilliputian bolete had not been determined. And in that year, scientists sequenced this mushroom, read its genome, and it turned out to be a completely new species for science. And it suddenly turned out that the most similar species to this Lilliputian bolete is our well-known Boletus edulis, the king bolete. News also came from the Philippines about a similar syndrome caused by some mushrooms. And in 2024, an American scientist from the state of Utah, from the university, went there, found these boletes, and it turned out to be an absolutely identical species, the same as in China and Papua New Guinea. So we have three different regions, independent sources of information. That is, this is not some myth, for example, from ancient Chinese civilization, that in the 3rd century AD in Taoist texts it was described that you could eat a certain mushroom and interact with the flesh spirit mushroom, which would enlighten you. But we have different cultures with the same description. This rules out the possibility of falsification, some kind of fabrications by people, and so on. Right now in the US, these mushrooms are being actively studied. The molecules that this mushroom contains are being studied one by one. And sooner or later, this unique new substance will be found.